So Tim, it's a 1-1 draw this afternoon with Bury Town. I suppose all in all, away from home, it's a good point.
Yeah, listen, I'll look at the tape back in the morning, but I would suggest that in the first half you'd be going, oh yeah, I forgot that chance, I forgot that. We had so many chances in the first half, and without sounding like I'm deluded or a crap record, you have to convert.
Yep.
I mean, listen, we've come away from home to Bury Town. Their goalkeepers won man of the match. He was announced as man of the match as they came off, and quite rightly so. He's made 3 great saves in the first half. They've thrown their body and blocked what looked a certain goal. The defender somehow gets a block in. We're in gets some great areas and just don't get our shots off quick enough with all that belief. And listen, I think Rory had one shot to save come from 25-30 yards, which he collapsed down on pretty comfortably. And I thought we were the better team in the first half. Second half, I thought we almost carbon copied a little bit Hales Owen. We seemed to sag away, and they had a lot of possession. They're a good footballing team, a lot of possession in the middle third of the pitch, and they were building a little bit of momentum. And then we get done. Listen, George Quantrell's right-footed, and he scored 18 goals in this division. For God's sake, don't let him check back on his right foot in the box. That's what we do. He scores. We're too deep. We're on top of my goalie, but we then, I don't know what the stats are and how many times we've come back from being behind this season. I don't know, but I wouldn't think it'll be many. We show real character. Bembo's worked really hard this week, to be fair. He's worked hard into physical stuff, and he comes on and makes a big difference. You know, it's a brilliant bit of centre-forward play. He pins the lad, rolls him, spins him, and smacks it under the keeper. So it's a great response from going 1 down. And then in the end, they have a flurry of set pieces at the end where you're holding your breath, thinking, Jesus, don't let us get beat here because we don't deserve to. And we hang on for a really hard-earned point on a quite a boggy pitch.
As you say, I think chances in the first half were so plentiful for us, and again, I think it says a lot that their end, they've chosen their keeper as man of the match.
100%, yeah, absolutely. Listen, in the first half, he kept him in it. There's no doubt about that. And listen, it's one of our longer trips. We've prepared right since the Hales Owen game with all the snow and that. They've been in even the night of the storm when it came down. It took me an hour and 20 to get home, and I live 20 minutes away. Some of them were going a lot further than me, and there were 16 of them in to work indoors that night, and showed a real appetite to get involved and have a go. They've worked hard fitness-wise because I think they need it. It's the wrong end of the season for them to be doing it, but it has to be done. And listen, today they had to dig in at the end. It's a bit of a leg sapper. I'd have to say, I don't have single players out. I thought everybody played their part today, but George winning, listen, for his debut from Birmingham, the kid was different class. He covered every blade, landed on seconds, was mature beyond his age. I thought he was excellent today, excellent, and he can be really proud. His mum and dad were here, they can be really proud of his performance. So, listen, it's a point. Being greedy, could we have nicked it? Redditch, could we have nicked it? And let's hope those points don't come back to hurt us in the end. But I said to him, what I am seeing in terms of desire and commitment and wanting to play for Bromsgrove Sporting, that lifts me, that buoys me, and they need to replicate that now in 17 more cup finals.
I think we can see that there are positives increasingly in our performances, and as you've mentioned, George Wynn's debut. I also thought Kyle Rowley had a very good debut, so we can take heart that our 2 debutants today both fared well.
Yes, no, absolutely. I mean, listen, we had obviously Josh Ezewili went, a team in our league who'd put 7 days in decided they're going to take him at 2 o'clock Friday afternoon, which is poor, really. It's poor. And so he leaves sort of overnight, and then I get a text off one of my lads at 6:30 this morning saying that he can't breathe and all that. So we've got 3 substitutes, So I go from picking a team, doing all the set pieces yesterday afternoon, which takes an hour and a half, to have to rip that up and do it again on the bus coming in because my head had popped. We need some players. We've got a few 7 days in. Whether they drop in or not, I don't know. We're talking to some what I consider decent players at this level, good players. If they come, it will make this group a lot better. And Leon and myself and the staff are trying so hard I've told the boys that to bring lads in to help you and help this group. And as I say, if some of them drop in, then they're good players. And as I say, I'll just keep my fingers crossed over the next 48 hours that some of them give us a thumbs up and not a thumbs down. But I can't make them come. Some look at the league and think, but if you get a couple of them in, it sends a message out that we're not here to get our tummies tickled every week. You know, we're going to fight and we're going to have a go till April and do our level best to keep this club in this division and then attack it better next year.
And after a quiet festive period in terms of fixtures, they're coming a bit more thick and fast now, starting with Real Bedford, aren't you?
Yeah, listen, they're good. They've won 2-0 today, I think, at Barwell. I've seen them obviously against Alvechurch this year in the trophy. Very, very technical team. Play beautiful football from the back. You know, they play from the back at all times. Lots of rotation. Good players, mate. They're good. They're a good side. So, you know, we're going to have to cover a lot of ground on Tuesday night. They're going to have to do that and more in terms of the GPS stats and grounds covered and high intensity running. They're going to have to replicate that again to have any chance down there at all. And you know, I've got to try and set them up in a way that either frustrates or counters what they do. It's not that easy. Make no mistake. But and as I think Robbo's just alluded to, like, we haven't had many home games since I've been here anyway. I think we've only had Redditch. So then we welcome Barwell next Saturday, and you know, again, these games, it doesn't matter who they are, they're all big. It doesn't matter whether they're down there or up there. They all got to mean something to us. They have to mean more to us than they do others, because you know, when we look over our shoulder, it's perilous. So we need to dig in and do that, fight. And then, you know, produce the quality that we produced today and the quality we produced against Redditch and against Houseowen in the first half. And to be fair, down at Bishop Stortford, you know, you're watching the games as well, you two guys, and you know, we play some half decent stuff at times. We're not just trying to smack it here, there, and everywhere. We're trying to, you know, we work at attacking stuff during training, patterns, movement, how to get down the sides, maybe pick up pockets of space. And they're having a real go. So I can't knock the boys, but. Make no mistake, we still need more. We need more, mate.
Cheers, Tim.
Top man.
Thank you.